If you want more FIFA content from me, I'm now uploading exclusive videos to Patreon. The link for that is down below. And if you want to avoid the random lottery that is FIFA points, you can go straight to the source with u7buy.com. And of course, you can use the code TVM at the checkout to get yourself a discount. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to look at the brand new Team of the Week moments. Fraser, I will ramp these up as well and look at some of the more quote-unquote expensive players. I just didn't want to waste my coins really, because I knew full well people were going to save packs for today. Obviously they're going to have their rewards as well, and of course people will save packs for Foot Birthday, which drops tomorrow. I will try and review a few of the bigger lads before we actually get into Foot Birthday. And of course, when we do get into Foot Birthday, I'll be able to review some of the bigger ones again, because they'll just drop in price once more. Everybody's saving packs for Foot Birthday at this point, I think. So, Fraser is currently around 20,000 coins, which I think is a very good price point, considering this card isn't really one that you'd look at and go, oh, I need to try him out. Of course, if you're a Bournemouth fan, you will. And if you're Scottish, you'll be all over it, I'm sure. But everyone else looking for that next card to put into their team, the next purchase they make on their account, I don't think many people are going to be looking toward Fraser. Now, with that being said, he does have some really nice, enticing stats that will potentially sway you the other way. And I'm here to not necessarily sell him to you, but just to show you what he is all about and whether he is worth a punt for 20,000 coins. You may have already packed him, you may have already bought him, you may have already used him. If you have done, let me know in the comments what you think of him. But let's get into those stats. 95 acceleration, 90 sprint speed. Good start, and of course we knew he was quick with 98 agility and 99 balance. It means he's going to be really responsive, because the next stat beneath that in dribbling is reactions, and unfortunately it is 79. However, and I'll bang on about it until I'm blue in the face and everyone agrees with me, acceleration, sprint speed, agility and balance, if they're all up there in the high 90s, doesn't matter if the reactions are literally 3, because this guy will feel responsive. He's 5'4" as well, which gives him such a low centre of gravity that he will feel extra quick. And indeed he does, because I've played all my games with him and I know exactly how I feel about this card. He has sort of adequate ball control and dribbling, 83, 84. For an 84 rated card, I mean, it could easily be higher. We've seen the balance and agility being a lot higher than that 84 rated, but I think it's okay. And again, because the balance and the agility and the pace is so high, I genuinely think you'll get away with the ball control and the dribbling being not as low as they are, but you know what I mean, not as high as they could be. Composure's 81. I mean, take that with a pinch of salt, because again, I don't really feel like composure does an awful lot in this game anyway, but the reaction stat is the one that I'm sure most people will look at and be worried about. But honestly, I didn't find it to be an issue once. Not once in the 6 games I think I played with him. I just didn't see it like, oh, he's a little bit unresponsive there, oh, he's a little bit slow. As you can see, the team I've got isn't a great one. Lo Celso, Shaw, Gomez, and Niles, I think it is, at right back, all base cards. Jordan Henderson is only one above his normal. Sorry, Salah's a base card as well, although he is quite a good card anyway. Tammy Abraham doesn't fit the way this game is at all, but still I've got him in there. And of course, Mason Mount, who, by the way, will only feature on the Patreon. He will not be on the YouTube channel, so if you want to see the review of Mount, unfortunately he will only be available on the Patreon. Link down below if you're interested. If not, do not worry about it in the slightest. Now, that being said, going into the gameplay, it's kind of obvious what this card is going to be about, really. It's going to be about its close ball control, very snappy movements, breaking the back line and then trying to finish it off. Now, of course, I don't play wingers, so, and this will annoy a few people, I'm sure. Look at that. That's with 79 reactions, apparently. Anyway, I don't play wingers, right? So I know it's going to annoy a few people, but I didn't actually play him as a left mid or a left wing. I played him as a striker. I know you can't really review him out of position. That doesn't make any sense. Well, I mean, he's on 10 chem. I'm just using him in a rather unorthodox position. I say unorthodox. You know what I mean. I can't be using wingers. It just doesn't really work. But for me anyway, personally. But look at this guy's ball control. He is scoring goals. Left foot, right foot. Doesn't make a blind bit of difference. The 4-star weak foot is very capable. But it's just how tricksy he is on the ball. How good he is with that close control. Mount isn't too bad either, actually, to be fair. Passing that ball to Salah. And I think Salah scores here. He does indeed. Fraser involved from the very off there. But Fraser's reactions just don't come into it. So I want to, obviously we've already talked about it, but I'm just showing you evidence. I mean, look how responsive he is. And it's got nothing to do with, oh, well, if you've got good gameplay or if you've got bad gameplay. That's something I want to touch on there. That was his ball control coming into it, because that was his first touch, and that first touch was dreadful, just god-awful in general, really. Crossing is 86. He does have a decent cross on him if you feel the need to sort of dink it back or whatever, but in most cases, of course, you'll either try and pass it along the ground, which, you know, with certain chem styles, you'll want to improve that, of course, with the dead eye that we have on him. We have 92 short passing, 94 vision, and 91 crossing. Now, the one cross that I put in earlier on didn't look like it hit its mark, but to be fair, it's kind of where I wanted it to go. I just sort of tried to throw it in there and hope for the best, really. Here he is again, this time with a weak foot, not quite. I think if he'd hit that with his right, it probably would have nestled into the back of the net. This is what he's really good at, breaking the back line, gets in here, takes his time, because composure doesn't matter. Goalkeeper didn't rush him, to be fair, so that did help an awful lot, and away we go. And again here, down that right-hand side, pace, plays a ball into Salah, who is then, I think Salah scores, he does, near post. That is a very overpowered shot, by the way. That was a low driven. If you can cut across toward the penalty spot and then just hit it back to where it came from. McGeady and Fraser working really well there. And again, Fraser fast enough to keep up with pace of the play. McGeady's very fast, of course, but Fraser's even faster. Both of those up front together, by the way, make an unbelievably good partnership, because they both have the same sort of qualities, you know, like they're both really snappy and responsive on the ball. They've got insane agility and pace. The only difference between those two, of course, is McGeady has the 5-star skills, whereas Fraser does not. But I don't think it, I mean, look at them, both combining again there, McGeady to Fraser, Fraser back to McGeady, and it's in the back of the net. I want you all to take this with, well, rather, I want you all to just stop and listen before you judge why I've given him an 82 and on all the rest of it. Class 3. Still working on a way to display it properly, because I keep having to explain it in every video, but basically a Class 3 is a card where you can play with him in Rivals, you can enjoy him, but he's probably not going to be good enough for you to take into FUT Champs, as indicated middle left when I've got next upgrade. If this was an 86 rated card, and he had the 86 rated upgrades, we'd be looking at a card you could probably bring on as a super sub in FUT Champs, and you could really cause some damage with him off the bench. Unfortunately, because they followed the FIFA 20 upgrade path and not the FIFA 19 upgrade path, which is where he came from, and I've obviously talked about this in several videos, especially yesterday's 3 o'clock content video. If you want to go check that out, feel free to do so. I explain it in detail, what I think they should do with the upgrade path and these Team of the Week Moments cards. If they'd given him an 86 or indeed an 87, this card would be far more usable. Again, not really a starting 11 FUT Champs card, but definitely a super sub card, that's for sure. I did like him, though, and that's why I've given him an 82. I think he's got something to offer. If you're a Bournemouth fan, you're going to love this, because obviously you'll like him in real life. Well, for the most part, at least. Most Bournemouth fans will. But still, you'll like him for him in real life, therefore it will that will translate in game, and he's actually not that bad in game at all. Like I said, not a FUT Champs player by any stretch of the imagination, but still one that you can play with and have some fun with in Rivals or whatever it may be, friendlies against your mates or anything like that. Then yeah, you'll definitely be able to play with this card and score some goals, pull off some nice turns and some shimmies, and as you can see on your screen right there, some sort of heel-to-heel ball roll flicks and just goals like that, really. Just when your opponent doesn't know where you're going, you know, he's so quick that you can literally go left or right, and your opponent has absolutely no idea what you're doing. So, with that being said, Class 1 obviously being the top end, Class 2 is like a really good card, capable of FUT Champs, but not really, you know, up there with Ronaldo and so on. The agility and the pace and the dribbling and the work rate of the pros. I mean, to be fair, I didn't really feel like his finishing was bad. 94 with a chem style, his positioning was quite good. 96 with a chem style, but I tend to do the pros and cons based off the stats without the chem style, because obviously it's completely up to you which chem style you decide to use, and I just don't want to say, look, he's got insane finishing, but then have to write next to him only with a chem style. Maybe I could start doing that, but put in brackets only with chem style, or only, yeah, just the abbreviation of only with chem style or something like that. Maybe that would be a thing, because obviously there's 2 slots missing there, because I couldn't really find another pro without the chem style being taken into consideration. I couldn't really find another con either, to be fair, because the reactions on paper are not very good, but they just don't matter at all because of what I said earlier about the agility and the pace. The strength is definitely a con because it's really low, but again, he's so tricksy, he can get himself out of so many different situations. He'd be so much better with 4-star skills, and I do wish he was a little bit more consistent in front of goal. That might come down to the ball control and his first touch, but in general, It's just a fun card for 20k. I just don't know what more you want, really. Pick it up, give it a go. If you don't like it, sell it on for the same price or keep it for an SBC. Either way, though, if you're looking to have a bit of fun outside of Foot Champs, this card will definitely provide some. If you have enjoyed today's video, do me a favour and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.